Welcome to our US briefing show, folks. Today, we're kicking off with a big diplomatic showdown as Germany's straightforward new leader, Friedrich Merz, is meeting with none other than Donald Trump at the White House. With pressing issues like EU-US ties, Ukraine, and Gaza on the table, this meeting could shape Europe's future and strengthen US-German bonds. Merz's reputation for honesty and pro-transatlantic stance makes this a must-watch. Next, in the world of tech and innovation, Chinese battery expert Zhou Jianbin is heading back home after making waves in the US. His work on solid-state batteries, which promise safer, longer-lasting energy, is super critical as China pushes for mass production by 2025 to 2030. Meanwhile, the US is playing catch-up, relying heavily on imports and losing ground in this high-stakes race for battery dominance. It's a global tech showdown. And finally, tragedy strikes in Alaska's remote North Slope, where a helicopter crash has claimed 2 lives. The NTSB is investigating the wreckage near the Kuparuk oil field, but details are still under wraps. Our thoughts go out to the families affected. Please stay tuned as we follow this developing story. Please continue to watch for more detailed coverage. CNN reports that Germany's new leader, Friedrich Merz, is preparing for his first face-to-face meeting with US President Donald Trump, a pivotal moment amid escalating global tensions. Merz, known for his direct and outspoken style, has been engaging across Europe, yet his upcoming meeting with Trump signifies a critical step in redefining Germany's relationship with the United States. His firm stance on European security, NATO defense commitments, and a clear desire to bolster European independence from US influence highlight the strategic importance of this encounter. However, the diplomatic landscape is fraught with challenges, including recent criticisms from US officials over Germany's classification of the far-right AfD party, which has sparked accusations of undermining democratic principles. Despite this, Merz's pragmatic approach and prior efforts to foster US-German ties, such as inviting Trump to Germany, suggest that he aims to cultivate a relationship built on mutual trust and strategic cooperation, even amid underlying tensions about Europe's future autonomy and security. South China Morning Post details the shifting global landscape in battery technology, focusing on the return of Chinese scientist Zhou Jianbin to China after extensive work in the US. His expertise in next-generation solid-state batteries, which promise higher energy density, safety, and faster charging, underscores the fierce competition among nations to dominate the future of energy storage. China's aggressive investments and government support have propelled its domestic companies, like BYD and Godion High-Tech, to make rapid advances, with plans to commercialize new battery generations by 2025 to 2030. Meanwhile, the US lags behind, heavily reliant on Asian imports and losing top talent to China's booming research environment. Experts warn that China's cost advantages and research dominance threaten US leadership in battery innovation, emphasizing the urgent need for the US to accelerate commercialization of breakthrough technologies to regain competitive ground. The global race for energy storage supremacy is intensifying, with talent migration and strategic investments shaping the future of clean energy and transportation. Associated Press reports a tragic helicopter crash on Alaska's North Slope, where 2 people lost their lives near the Kuparuk oil field. The incident involved a Robinson R-66 helicopter, and the National Transportation Safety Board is investigating the cause. This crash follows a similar accident earlier in 2023 that resulted in multiple casualties in the same remote region. The rugged and isolated terrain of Alaska's North Slope poses significant challenges for aviation safety, especially in the oil and resource extraction industries, where helicopters are vital for transportation. The ongoing investigations aim to uncover the factors behind these deadly incidents, emphasizing the risks inherent in operating aircraft in extreme environments. Such tragedies highlight the persistent dangers faced by workers in remote regions and the critical importance of rigorous safety protocols to prevent future accidents. Australian Broadcasting Corporation reports that a U.S. conspiracy theorist, Donald Day Jr., has had one of his federal charges dismissed by Judge John J. Tucci, concerning a threat made against the World Health Organization director, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus. This case is intertwined with Day's online activity on platforms like BitChute, where he expressed violent sentiments and claimed responsibility for the tragic 2022 Wiambilla attack in Queensland, Australia, in which police officers and a neighbor were killed. Day's comments, including wishing he could join the train couple involved in the attack, reveal a disturbing mix of conspiracy-driven hostility and personal remorse, as he later expressed regret and a sense of responsibility for the violence, stating he would have warned the trains not to kill the officers if he had known what would happen. The case continues with a scheduled trial in September, highlighting the complex web of online extremism and real-world violence. The Associated Press details President Donald Trump's recent designation of 19 countries under new U.S. travel bans or restrictions, citing concerns over terrorist threats, lax screening, and uncooperative governments. Among the countries banned outright are Afghanistan, Iran, Yemen, and Syria, while others like Cuba, Venezuela, and Laos face travel restrictions. These measures reflect ongoing U.S. efforts to tighten border security amid global security concerns, but they also underscore the geopolitical tensions and the challenges of balancing safety with international relations. The list's broad scope reveals the U.S. government's focus on countries perceived as high risk, affecting diplomatic ties and travel policies, and illustrating the ongoing global security dilemma. The Australian Broadcasting Corporation also covers the internal turmoil within the U.S. Republican Party over President Trump's proposed Big Beautiful Bill, a sweeping budget reconciliation package that consolidates tax cuts, social benefit changes, and debt ceiling increases. The bill has ignited a rift, with billionaire Elon Musk sharply criticizing it for adding trillions to the national debt and scrapping electric vehicle subsidies, a move that directly impacts Tesla, Musk's automotive company. Despite passing the House narrowly, the bill faces uncertain prospects in the Senate, with some Republican senators like Rand Paul opposing the debt increase, and others, including House members like Marjorie Taylor Greene, expressing concern over specific provisions. Trump's vocal support and the bill's contentious nature highlight the deep divisions within the party as they grapple with fiscal responsibility, policy priorities, and internal dissent, casting doubt on whether the legislation will become law by the July 4 deadline. The Associated Press reports on a tense and lively NYC mayoral debate, where frontrunner Andrew Cuomo finds himself under relentless attack from his Democratic rivals. From the outset, Cuomo is on the defensive, confronted with questions about his past sexual harassment scandal, his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, and allegations of lying to Congress regarding nursing home deaths. His opponents, including Zohran Mamdani, challenge his political connections and campaign funding, painting him as out of touch and backed by wealthy billionaires. Cuomo responds with sharp retorts, criticizing his opponent's limited legislative achievements and asserting his experience, but the debate marks a significant shift, with candidates openly scrutinizing and criticizing Cuomo in a rare, direct confrontation. The debate underscores Cuomo's fall from grace, as he attempts a political comeback amid ongoing investigations and lingering questions about his conduct and transparency during one of New York's most turbulent periods. The Associated Press from Olympia, Washington, details a remarkable effort by the Washington Department of Natural Resources to remove abandoned boats from Puget Sound using helicopters, a rare sight that has stunned locals like Kate Gervais. Over 4 days, 14 derelict vessels were airlifted from hard-to-reach coves on Squashan Island, a culturally significant site for the Squashan Island tribe, to be deconstructed on the mainland. This large-scale operation, funded by a federal NOAA grant, represents the department's largest boat removal effort since 2002, addressing the persistent issue of illegal dumping that harms marine ecosystems and coastal communities. The use of helicopters, typically reserved for firefighting, was chosen to minimize environmental disruption and reach inaccessible locations, highlighting the ongoing challenge of managing abandoned vessels in sensitive areas. The initiative not only cleans up the waters but also preserves the natural and cultural heritage of tribal lands, emphasizing the importance of maintaining clean beaches and water for future generations. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.